What is going on, Crack Tube? It is, what is today? Wednesday, May 1st. So, short little update of what exactly is I've been doing since my last video. Well, the weather, of course, decided to not cooperate, and we've had nothing but cloudy, drizzly, shitty days. My allergies decided to make a hell of a comeback. So, and I've been kind of running around like a chicken with my head cut off for my job, trying to get some trailers fixed up and running for parts and shit like that, which I didn't do because I took an antihistamine this morning and it didn't work as well as I thought it was going to, and we passed out for a little while. Anyway, I'm standing out here in the field that I plowed, and I was going to start disking it. I'll have to show you the disc and how far it spun around or slid over. But anyway, yeah, it's a little bit too wet yet. Dry up on top. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not that wet. Maybe I could actually disc it a little bit, but I want to give it one more day. See how it dries. For everybody who sat there and said, oh, there's no rocks, there's your rocks. And they're not necessarily big rocks, but they're big enough. I'm probably going to have to pick them because I really don't want to put one of those into a chopper. I've done it once, and it was a very close call, to say the least. Still pretty happy with how this plowed over. Over here, I'm not all that happy with. I got a lot of, you see, it didn't quite turn over. Maybe because I wasn't going fast enough on a side hill. But I went for the speed that I was comfortable with. And this will disc out. I'm not really worried about it. I'm going to have to disc this multiple times anyway in order to get a decent seed bed here to plant the sorghum in. And the disc, I think, should chop it all up. Oh. Yeah, it's, of course, weather can't cooperate. We've had these cloudy gray days, a little bit of drizzle, short little rain showers. Maybe I should have taken an antihistamine today to suffer with the allergies and at least dissed it once today, but I can do. Other than that, I'll show you what's up with the disc. I had to borrow the tools from my cousin. He had the right size wrenches and impact socket for it, so it's always helpful. Of course, I can't find half of Krampus's tools. Found most of them, but there's a few we're missing. I know we had bigger impact sockets, and I can't find all of them. Whether they're still in the truck, whether they scattered about the road, who the hell knows? I have no clue. But yeah, so we're plugging along in a holding pattern as usual. Yeah, that's about the extent of it. I ordered the two skid steer attachments for the front of the loaders. I actually talked to a friend of mine about the cab. He just took one off, and he was trying to get me to buy it, and I was like, well, I really got the money for it because I got some other stuff that I really have to pay for first. But let me pick your brain about this, how you got the mounts. He showed me how the cab mounts actually fit, and I was like, this is easy. I'm like, I'm more worried about this and probably about the easiest thing ever. So I'm gonna probably maybe start on that in the next few weeks. Hopefully get that done before, at least get the loader mounts put on the one. Get the bale spear on so I can use that. See what happens from there. Everything seems to be, damn, this freaking phone is heavy. I gotta switch over to this hand. Jesus. Whew. All right. So I had a whole, next my little, you know what I need? I need that little frickin', what do you call it things? I gotta remember what the hell the camera is. Camera's over here, okay. Eye contact with you people. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this part of the video, and I'm gonna go over to the farm now, and I'll show you how far the disc was moved over and why it was doing such a shit job. So hopefully now it does a better job. I really wanted to try it out today, but again, I just felt it was a little bit too wet to really get out here and really futz around. But hopefully everything's coming together. Well, it's a waiting game now, waiting for the stupid weather to decide it wants to cooperate, which, you know, like I said, who the hell knows if it's going to want to cooperate or not. I guess we might get some sun next week. I guess this weekend's supposed to be a complete wash. But even still, look at the forecast. They're talking, you know, just overcast with drizzle and spotty showers. Cold, wet May, barn full of hay. Well, yeah, cold, wet May ain't doing squat for me trying to get the sorghum planted. Anyway, all right, guys, I'll see you in part 2. All right, so here we are at part 2. I got the 4000 running just to let it warm up a little bit, keep the batteries charged, because I had a hell of a job getting the thing going this year. I mean, I was putting a charger on it every freaking time I tried using it. So I said, to hell with it. You know, we're going to leave it. You know, we're going to let it, I'll start up every day, and that way it'll kind of keep the juices flowing. So anyway, the disc. That's how far I had to move it. This is where it actually was sitting when I was using it in my last video. So it was actually underneath here. I got the right wrench, and these things literally came off by hand. I mean, I just turned them a little bit, so they loosened up. I got to put an Ugga Dugga on there. Just put a couple Ugga Duggas on it, and that should hold it. My cousin suggested Loctite, but more I'm thinking about it, you know, I don't necessarily know if I want to put Loctite on it or not, because I might want to change because you can change, you can see here, different, how aggressive it discs. So, you know, we got it set up this way, so it's, you know, why mess with it, but you might want to change the pitch of it. I have to tighten this bolt here down too, because that gets loose for whatever reason. This is vibration to use it. But I think, like I said, give it a couple Ugga Duggas, give that an Ugga Dugga, and this should be good to go. And here's a little fun thing about this. See, I think this one here was welded on. This isn't original to the disc, but that's the back hitch. The disc is 8 foot, and I have a 10-foot Packer I pull behind it. So that's the hitch for the Packer. That's a Brilliant Packer. It actually does a really good job breaking up all the clods and all that kind of stuff. I really need to put new disc blades on the front of this, but I don't have $700 to replace the front blades this year. And we've been using it this way for however many years, so it's like, you know what, the hell with it. We're just gonna send it. But overall, I mean, it's a good heavy disc. I tell you one thing, once you plow, this thing breaks up sod really good. And now I have it back set where it's supposed to be. I tighten all these down. It's only 4, but that's all it is four carriage bolts. You know, and that's it. I mean, I can't. It's always been a good disc for us. I don't remember where the hell he bought it. My cousin had it for a while because we weren't using it, so he was using it. As you can see, those blades need a little TLC. And actually, if you notice, these here are more worn down than these here. Probably has to do with the fact that the whole thing was over about 6 to 8 inches that way. So it's getting no weight on this end, and it wasn't cutting. If you notice my other video, it wasn't cutting worth the shit on that side, and really digging in that side. So this should help. Well, we're gonna find out, I guess, when we go to hook it up and hook this that side, you know, what I plowed up under. Still kind of the round baler's still down. But talking with my cousin, I got a feeling it might have been a little bit too wet. This baler, it's a John Deere 330s, bought in the 80s. Brand new, a lot of hay through it. I got a funny feeling that this was, it might have been, it doesn't like green hay, and I got a funny feeling that this thing, that's what the problem was. The hay was just too green for it. Shit happens, I guess. A lot of work to be done here, though. So I'm gonna try it out. If not, then I'm gonna end up having to go and maybe I'll end up financing a baler. I don't know. I'd really rather not. Some other things from over the winter. This tractor is supposed to get a cab. I got one cab to go on here. I found out, though, a couple of things. Number one, power steering pump took a squat in it. So this is the 74,000. Power steering took a squat in it. The pump took a squat in it, so it won't turn. And this right here is actually broken inside. I don't know if it's broken inside. There's something's wrong with it. It's got to be replaced. I know that much. So before I can use it, that's got to be fixed, and then I can put. That's why I wore them tires down. Those are brand new tires. 3 years ago, I think. And of course, we did a lot of roading with it. But yeah, I gotta get that fixed and put new tires on the front. And like I said, this is gonna get a cab. And how easy this thing is, I looked at it. You pull this bolt, and the frame itself that the cab sits on bolts right to here. I'm like, damn, that's freaking stupid easy. Probably get longer bolts for it and put the side shields back on it. Maybe, I don't know if I want to get new battery boxes for it or not. I know everyone says with the cab on it, the battery boxes are hard to get to. Maybe move the battery boxes up. I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. But I would like to have this thing running. Just because it's nice to have two good-sized tractors. This one's sold. I did sell it to a friend of mine. He's just piling the money together. I got to pull the front tires off, though. I know it's. I don't want to say it's a. You know, I mean, I want to keep those tires. Actually, they're wagon tires. They're really not even meant for the tractor. We just put them on there because the other ones were mismatched. I'm sure he can find a couple tires to put on there. It wasn't really what I wanted using it. I will say one thing. I love the 18s on it versus the 15s. You know, it's 18s that has 15s on it, and this just looks beefier. So that's you know, it'll be a good tractor for him. I do know that much. It will be a nice tractor for him. And I really do wish him well with it. I'm selling him. I got a loader for it too. Grumpus bought. Actually, it's a 46A, which is the same loader on that one. But I can't use that with a cab. And notice my nice new seat right there too, huh? My ass is riding in style. The rest of the tractor looks like shit, but that seat though, that's one hell of a nice seat. So then this loader has to come off on this tractor. Get that done. And I gotta get the mountain frames off it for Tommy, so he can mount the 46 onto that tractor. A couple other things I gotta do. You know, time and money, and well, guess what? I got no money and hardly any time. So welcome to farming. That's what the game plan is. That's what the name of the game is. So anyway, here's a little impromptu tractor tour. The disc. Oh, and I don't know what happened. I parked it. We've always had problems with the synchronizer on this one since we bought it. I think whoever owned this before us, this was our loader tractor, and they beat the ever-loving snot out of it. It's got a lot of hours on it. I like this. I just like the way this tractor looks. I've always liked the way this tractor looks. It just beat the snot. Well, this just became a winter project now. It needs the motor done. because it doesn't start without tractor crack and everything else. So I tried to go use it the other day. I was going to hook it onto the spreader to use it. Start it up, going to try to put it in gear, and it won't even go into gear. So I think the synchronizer went in it. So I guess this is going to sit here for the winter, and or sit here until the winter, and then this winter it'll go in the shop, and that'll be a nice winter project, I think, to get done. Also got that one right there. I'm trying to convince my boss to buy it. He wants to buy an H. His grandfather had one on their farm. And I already have my restored H. So it's like, I really don't need two H's right now. And yeah, I could use the money. So I'm kind of been trying to talk my boss into buying it, for a nice project tractor. I'm like, come on, I'll take it now. Yeah, buy the tractor. No. And, so hopefully he takes it, and I'd be happy to see somebody, who would take it, appreciate it, and get it cleaned up and all that stuff like that, and everything else. So I got to get the chopper out. I know that Brad's been itching to see this thing in action. I do have a lot of digging to do. Not horrible, but I already talked to my cousin. He told me I could bring it over to his place, and we're going to go over. I do know it needs a few things going over. But yeah, I'm going to get this out and see if I can get this going. My neighbor has a couple silage wagons. I might see what he wants for them. They're older Gale wagons. They're almost like mine, I think. The BU80. Mine's are BU82s. They're older than dirt, and the sun here, so you can actually see me. This sun, well, not the sun, but sunlight. So we'll get over there. We'll get that going. Plus, he's got my hay head over to his place, so I'll get the hay head hooked onto here when I get ready to use it, which will probably be, if I get in, I don't know, maybe July, August. Let it grow see how long the sorghum takes to grow. I can't remember how long because it's been so freaking long. Since I ran sorghum, but we're going to get this out and get it going. Hopefully, I don't know, next year maybe I'll upgrade. 782s and 790s are fairly cheap right now. You can still get parts for them. So maybe I'll upgrade. I do know there's a place down in Lancaster. It's an Amish company, Joe's Machinery. They buy these. They're looking for these 718s. They make stationary chopping units out of them for Amish guys, and they're looking for them. So maybe they'll be interested in taking it. I don't know. I'll have to call them up and talk to them. I'm probably going to order all the parts from there because they make all the aftermarket parts, and they're really reasonably priced. I always wanted to go up to something, though, a little bit bigger than a 718. So probably a 782 or a 790 if I can find it. I still want to try to move this baler. It runs. This is the Armageddon baler. My uncle refused to sell it because it's all brand new on the inside. It looks like shit on the outside, but all the guts are new. I really don't need 3 square balers. I got 2. I got the one behind me, the 328, and I got the 348 here as a backup. And you get real fancy one day, you get some help and get two of us out there baling. We'd be big time hay producers. Imagine that. So yeah, it's like everything else. It's just gonna take time, and weather's not cooperating. I've been busy with my other, not busy with my other job, just trying to do what I can. Allergies has been kicking my ass. I felt like crap and then felt all right, and now I'm feeling like crap again. So we're gonna try to see what we can, start getting some shit accomplished. I really got to put my nose to the grindstone. I got a new driver, so I can take time off if I have to. It's gonna kind of hurt my pocketbook a little bit to, take time off, but I'm gonna have to do what I got to do. If I can potential income here, I'm just gonna do what I got to do. Just to get stuff going and try to get stuff squared away and set up and everything else. So hopefully, like I said, this will work out. I'll get this all set up. I mean, it's April 1st. Yeah, time's starting to get on my backside. But, I mean, I'm still at least a month away from cutting any hay. Because you're just not going to get it dry. At least around here. I know everybody will probably in the comment section will turn into a, oh, you can get the hay, oh, it'll dry. It really won't dry until like the first week of June around here for whatever reason. But that'll be, hopefully we get everything going. Like I said, this 4,000 here, as much as I hate to say it, if I don't have the money to do it, that might sit here until the fall. I don't know. I'd like to have it running. I'd like to have the cab on it and get all that done. Just depends on how much money I have. And, right now funds are a little tight. I think anybody will tell you that. The funds are just a little bit tight. So anyway, I'm going to call this video done. You've heard me babble long enough. What are we at here? Well, this is a YouTube video, and in the user agreements that you clicked on when you signed up for YouTube, it says comment, rate, subscribe, and click the little bell icon to get instant notification, which I think, I don't even want to do this again. It's going to be backwards, so it's going to be over here. There's a bell icon over here. And over here right now for me, there is a Instagram notification. Just came through. So, yeah, check me out, Instagram, Crackbook, Twitter. I'm on Twitter. Yeah, I'm on Twitter. Crack Chat, Snap Crack, whatever you want to call it. All over the freaking place. On social media, I'm usually a bit better about posting oddball shit on that stuff. So anyway, all right, guys, take it easy. Be safe out there. And we'll see you later.